Hello, welcome to the JodoCast. I'm Joe, and I'm going to teach you how to play Sabacc.
So this is Sabacc?
Sabacc.
Sabacc. Got it.
There are countless variants of the game played. As we can see, the game Lando is playing in Rebels is very different from the game that he's playing in Solo, a Star Wars story, but they're both Sabacc. Here's how to play the variant known as Corellian Spike, aka the version you can get at Galaxy's Edge, and there's a slightly simpler version that you can buy from Hasbro called Han Solo Card Game, because I think there was some sort of weird copyright issue happening when they tried to publish that game. I'll be using both products to demonstrate how to play. Although if you go ahead and read the article for Corellian Spike on Wikipedia, the rules are different still. So there's a lot of ways to play. But like I said, we're going to focus on the two products you can actually buy that are officially licensed. To win Sabacc, you want to get cards in your hand as close to 0 as possible. We'll get to how you do that in a second. First, you got to know what the cards are. There's 62 cards in the deck. There's 30 green cards, 30 red cards, and 2 zeros. All of the green cards have positive values, so 1 through 10, and all the red cards have negative values, so -1 through -10. The 2 zeros are worth 0. If you have the version of the game from Galaxy's Edge, there are 3 staves or suits, squares, triangles, and circles, but nothing in the rules that come with the game even mention their use as part of gameplay whatsoever, even though we see Han call out straight staves in the movie.
Straight staves.
The rule book makes no mention of these, so I guess whatever. There's also a pair of dice in the game. The meaning of the individual symbols don't matter. You could use any pair of 6-sided dice you want as long as each is identical and each face is unique on each die. And for what it's worth, the dice that come with the Hasbro version are actually way better than the dice that come in the version you can get at Galaxy's Edge. Okay, you're ready to play. You need at least 2 people, though the more the better. One player is the dealer. They get the deck of cards and the dice. If you have some sort of token, totem, or marker handy, you can give that to the dealer as well, so that all the players have a visual reminder of who the dealer is, as the role of the dealer will change over the course of play. The dealer should thoroughly shuffle the deck. Then the dealer deals 2 cards to each player. Players should not show their cards to anyone else unless you want to make the game really hard for yourself. The dealer places the deck in the center of the table. This is the draw pile. The dealer then takes the top card of the draw pile, places it face up next to the draw pile. That's this discard pile. A game or hand of Sabacc is played over 3 rounds. Play starts with the player to the dealer's left. On a turn, the player can do exactly one of the following. Draw. This is when you take a card from the top of the draw pile and put it in your hand. Then, optionally, you may discard a card from your hand into the discard pile. You can swap a card in your hand with the top card of the discard pile. Stand, take no action, play passes to the player to the left, or junk. If you don't think you stand a chance of winning, you can junk, or if you're familiar with poker stuff, it's just, fold, place all of your cards face up on the discard pile. I guess the order that you place these is up to you. There's literally no reason to junk your cards if you're not playing with betting rules. The game officially does not include rules for betting, but it does include junking as part of the rules, but there's no point in junking if you're not betting. If you junk, you're out of the game until the next deal. Players take turns until the dealer has finished their turn. After the dealer finishes their turn, they roll the dice. If the result is doubles, all players discard their cards to the discard pile. Then the dealer deals them cards equal to the number of cards they just discarded. So if they roll doubles, you have 3 cards in your hand, you discard all of them, and then the dealer gives you 3 new cards. If the dice don't roll doubles, nothing happens. That's the end of round 1. The game continues with the player to the dealer's left as before. And so you do that again. And again, after the dice have been rolled a 3rd time, all players reveal their cards and the player with the best hand wins. The players whose card total is closest to 0 wins. So in this case, Chopper ended up with a +2. Kanan obviously junked his cards earlier, and Thrawn and Hera are tied at 0. It's called Sabacc when you hit 0.
Sabacc.
Sabacc.
There's a lot of layers to tiebreakers. If nobody has 0 and there is a tie, for closest to 0, the tie goes to the person with a positive number. So a +2 would beat a -2. In this case, we've got a tie for 0, and a tie would go to who has the most cards, but that's still a tie. So then we look at who has the highest value positive total. So Hera has 3 if you add up all her positive cards. Thrawn has 2. So Hera wins this tie. There's a lot of layers to hand hierarchy and tiebreakers, which I'll go into in detail in the advanced how to play video. So after that hand is done and the winner is determined, the role of the dealer goes to the next player on the left, and you start over and do another 3 rounds and see who wins. So now you know how to play. Aim for 0. Win a new spaceship. Easy. In the next video, we're going to look at the different hands that can win Sabacc, as well as my suggestions on how to implement betting into the game. So if you don't care about betting or the more complex ways to win the game, you're done. You know how to play. Otherwise, check out the next video and I'll teach you how to do that.